Good mid-afternoon, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibet OG. So as you can see, Bitcoin came dangerously close to its all-time highs. And with it being this high, guys, there is no way at the end of this that we don't get some kind of run-up with our altcoins. There's no way. It's impossible. We're going to get something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this across, this arrow, because that's the all-time high line. Just so when we look at this, we can see with the pattern what we have to do to break the all-time high. So we're dangerously close to the all-time high. You wouldn't know it by XRP or the altcoins, but now it's starting to pull up to this final part. You know, it always looks like it's going to do something and then it'll pull back down, but this time it actually extended up again. So we're in this rising channel as we talked about earlier, and it rode it beautifully all day today. In fact, it bounced off of it when it pulled down just a little bit. So my thing is I've been going through and I'm like, all right, what's the best possibility? So if you buy XLM on Uphold, it's 38 cents. You see the pattern. This could still need to come down and touch support. XRP, it wants about $1.11, $1.10.8. And we've had right here where we could say, oh, we've kind of had a double bottom here where it pulled down to 106.5. So we could use that as a double bottom and just a wick pull past if we don't think it's coming back to $1.01. And then what's intriguing me is Matic. Matic's had its run up off of this part of the pattern, which is a bull flag. So this leads me to believe that Matic is going to have to pull up one more level and come up into this range. It's just a matter of does Matic, and I've been patient, and I've watched it twice try to break out, and I got nervous right here because I'm like, ah, fuck. But it pulled down, and now we're looking at the $1.45, and on Uphold, it wants just about $1.48, which is pretty reasonable, because if I bought Matic, I'm not looking to sell it at $1.48, obviously. So that's what we're looking at, but this looks like a downward and sideways consolidation. The volume is, if you look at it, is crashing. This is bullish as fuck for Matic. And I would dare say we could measure out a measurement and we could probably get a pretty accurate depiction of where Matic's going to go. I mean, Matic is probably going up there. If I had to guess, I would have a target of Matic, assuming we break up. But Matic's already proven, unlike XRP, that it's already made the first extension on this B extension, so now it's got to finish its job. And it's riding that downtrending support beautifully, which was downtrending resistance. So it leads me to believe that's where my trade's going to be. Because I'm watching Bitcoin at 64,000, I find it hard to believe that none of these altcoins are going to push. And I believe that Matic is the way to go. On Uphold anyhow, with fees and whatnot. But we're not finding volume to crash any farther, so we're getting close to my buy-in spot. We actually exceeded my buy-in spot. I said if it somehow pulled back down and made us our way towards here, 146, I'd be happy. The only thing that gets me is this 141, because I can totally see how it's coiling. I could see it pull down real fast and have a fake out to the bottom side. And at this point, I don't know if it would even affect me. 3%. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what stopped me. If this was at $1.41, I'd be all in right now. I just don't necessarily think it's coming back down there, to be honest with you. If I'm giving you my honest interpretation. I think we have an Apple and Eve bottom, which means we're going to have an extended or an ascending support structure. Which, I mean, if you take it from here is one thing, or if you go like this, that means we're kind of extended down too far. I mean, you could just ride it like this, I suppose. But I think we could be looking at something like this, and as we go out, this is where it meets right there, you know. So as we trade in and out of this wedge, or this channel, but just from down here, if you were to bounce from right here, just to get back to the top is 4.7%, but I don't believe that that's where we're going to end. I believe this is going to pull up. For all the reasons we mentioned, I believe this is on a bull flag on Matic. So if I was going anywhere, at this point, it'd be Matic, because look at the confluency here. This is where you would typically pull down. And look how close we are. So if you want a proper buy-in, 144.2 would be the ideal buy-in spot. Because then it actually retests that old high before it pushed up. And that's exactly what you'd want to do. As before, we tested the old push-up right here. You can see how perfectly, it touched that perfectly on the retrace. And now we have to do the same thing because we've pushed up. So, I mean, we're getting pretty close, guys. If you're looking for a swing trade, Matic would be the way to go, in my opinion. It's almost to the actual point, and that's where I'm looking. So, that's that. XRP, stagnant as fuck. It had 2 touchdowns of a 106.592 area, but our ultimate double bottom would be 101.728, and it looks like it's gonna pull up. I'm not gonna BS. It looks like XRP is gonna come up and make at least a 5% move. I know it's not what anybody wants to hear, and then we can contend for this 10% move up here at $1.18. Got to break $1.18 for this to work. So first we got to break $1.13. But that's what I think's going on. Look at Bitcoin. And then if we look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, it's just like I talked about on my Swing Traders Anonymous. It looked like it was ready to break out. It held at 46.91, and that was the catalyst for it to move up like that. So there's some issues brewing here, but I still see a swing trade with Matic. I really do. I think Matic's the way to go. $1.45 is awfully intriguing right now because it's so close to that $1.44 where it needed to pull down to retest that old area where it came up from. And it's essentially there. I've been so fucking patient today, it's making my skin crawl. But I couldn't buy it yesterday, but there's going to be a pretty significant swing trade, I think, with Matic. It's just, I think we need to wait until 8 o'clock before we make these trades. Because I think the altcoin time is going to be after the flip of the clock. It's looking like to me. Unless there's some kind of swing in this last 4-hour candle. So, if you see Matic at any time touch down to $1.44, obviously. Or you can even buy it now if your stomach's strong. It's more aggressive right now. And then if you see it at $1.40 especially, scoop that shit up. Because if it hits that $1.40 double bottom, which is what it very well could be doing, it could be coming down to 140.7. And if it hits that, goodbye. If it bounces off of that, see you later. See ya. That's going to be so wound up, it's going to be ready to explode. Look at this. And it would make perfect sense for it to come back down to that support structure. So if it does that, at least buy in because you're looking at a minimum pull up to about $1.61. And if you could get it from $1.47, $1.40.6, I mean, that's a 16%. I'll be all over that. So stay tuned because XRP Future Millionaire will keep you updated on this swing trade possibility.